Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the F1 2020 Driver Career Mode with Ferrari, episode number 78 today for the Mexican Grand Prix Season 5, round number 15. If you, of course, missed any of the previous videos that, of this series, then recommend you go and check them out and subscribe if you're new to the channel. See plenty more episodes of the F1 2020 and 2021 Driver Career Mode as when they come out. Next episode of this series will be on Friday, hopefully Friday. But yes, coming into this one then, we did have a new upgrade, a final upgrade come on the car, so we're pretty much fully maxed out. And there we are at 1050, that looks like, positions. Obviously we'll wait and see if that Renault have a big upgrade as well, so we'll see if Leclerc and Ocon can get a good result as well. No upgrades for pretty much any of the other teams other than McLaren, Williams and Alfa Romeo, sort of all of them splurging into the midfield, trying to get the shift for position really there. But moving to qualifying then, Mexico, a better track for me than last time out at Japan on Saturday. Spoilers there for those of you who haven't seen Saturday's episode. And well, we come across the line to start our final run. We were P2, Verstappen's just picked us to P3. He's behind us on his cooldown lap already. So qualifying is just complete. We're not doing that well through these first sectors, we're down, but then through the corners, I should say, but through the second corner and the third corner, and as usual, it's purple in sector 1, where I've been quick in that first sector at Mexico all game long, and I cannot wait to see how Mexico is an F1 2021. But around the final corner we come. It's a 3.5 improvement, and where is that going to put us? It's P2, which, to be fair, is to be expected because we are a little bit away ahead of the rest of the pack in terms, but we'll see what we can do. Time for the race after some questions.
Let's have your thoughts. Great qualifying session. Are you feeling safer ahead of the pack?
I think we can go for victory from P2, challenge our teammate, and to try and close off the championship as much as possible.
You're interested in moving to this team. Is there any truth to that?
You guys are going to have to wait until the end of the season to find out that.
Thank you for your time.
Which will be next week, I should say.
Well done. Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.
Here we go then. It's time to race in Mexico City, a place which gave Honda their first ever victory back in 1965. American Richie Ginther won from third on the grid. And what are the Honda-powered cars this year? Well, Red Bull have been going strong here in recent seasons, so can they keep that record going today? The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 2.6 miles of track that allows drivers to take full advantage of their cars, reaching speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and providing lots of opportunities for overtaking. The circuit features 17 corners, 10 to the right and the remaining 7 going to the left. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today for the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you know, you got your own race to run. I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion and a Ferrari alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Sainz, Valtteri Bottas and Albon, Gasly, Norris, Magnussen and Esteban Ocon, Giotto, Leclerc, they've taken a grid penalty, Lance Stroll and Kvyat, Russell, Joe, Antonio Giovinazzi and Nicholas Latifi, Matsushita and Nick De Vries. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Okay, we were just out of the points last race, so this is a good opportunity for us to push for a good point scoring position.
Thanks, Jeff, there for reminding me of the horrors of Japan, as we're going to do the half and half strategy. Apparently Jeff says it's 10th faster than stopping a lap earlier, so that's the strategy we'll do. Whether or not it will be the fastest one, we'll have to wait and see. As 5 red lights come on then for the Mexican Grand Prix, the penultimate round of the season. Can we win the World Championship? We'll have to wait and see. 5 red lights are out and away we go, and it's a good start compared to Vettel. And we take the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix off the start, but Vettel, he is closing. We're going to use all rich mix and DERS, but looks like we're going to take the racing line through into turn 1, and Vettel has dive bombed us into turn 1. Not really, very unusual from the AI there. Vettel though has stormed through back into the lead, and he's gone off like a scolded rat. And now Verstappen has gone round the outside of us at the end of the third DRS zone, where I'm weakest on this track. We're going to keep it with him though through the stadium section. Will we have DRS? We should have. Definitely going to use ERS, although there's the line now, so we can use more. ERS, rich mix, DRS. Can't be saying this combination anymore in F1 2021, but in F1 2020 we can cruise by back up into second place. Thank you very much, Max Verstappen. As we're watching Carlos Sainz, who's in 5th place, he needs to be ahead of us if he wants to take his World Championship to Brazil. But unfortunately for Carlos, he's lost out to Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri, so see if Sainz can recover as we come in at the end of lap 9 for our one and only pit stop onto a set of medium tyres. Softs are on, mediums off. Albon takes a little bit of unsafe release with Lando Norris, but we'll gloss over that. 2.9 second stop, that's traditional Ferrari slow fashion. Vettel is going through miles ahead. Is that Verstappen coming through? It is, so Verstappen's undercut us. As I've said many times throughout this career mode, Jeff needs to be fired, really, as we're going to try and close up to Verstappen. 1.5 the gap. Can we do? We've got a lap fresher tyres and a faster car than Verstappen, so we'll be able to catch up to him. Moving to lap 13 now, we've halved that gap, and we're in DRS range as well, so we should be able to use the Ferrari, the illegal engine, to our advantage. 223 miles an hour down that long straight, not close enough, but we will have DRS again from turns 2 to 3 with another load of DRS, and this time Verstappen has no answer to the power of the Ferrari engine this time, and we're back up into P3, although he did try to keep it through on the outside, which he given the inside for the next corner, but in the end I just decided we're not having any of it. We're going to force him out onto the curbing, and that of course it slows him down, and we're back up into P2 as Valtteri Bottas is trying to help us out here. He's in P4. He needs to keep his championship hopes alive, but his championship hopes have gone down the drain because he is out of the race with an engine failure, and that's going to bring out the safety car. So there is a chance we can close out this championship if we win the race, but will Vettel let us through for victory? I mean, he should do. If he isn't, then I would be very upset. If it was roles reversals, then the teams would probably expect me to get the position over. So we'll see what we can do on the restart. Lap number 17, we're going to have rich mix and ERS, no DRS because it's not available yet. Getting closer and closer to the rear of our teammates coming. Going to go to the outside into turn 1. Vettel though brakes late and cuts across. We've lost our front wing trying to do a switchback. Well, that's our chance of winning the championship today gone, because we've got half a front wing. It's orange on the front right, which is not where you want to lose it. You can already see the understeer through that corners, and this is going to be worse through this S section. Look at the amount of understeer getting crossed over the curving. Verstappen's just going to make an easy move round the outside, and that's P2 on. We're going to force Albon out though. Not too worried about if we lose 3 points to Verstappen, because he's a little bit too far back in the championship. And Albon banging wheels with our nearest championship rival. Understeer as we try to go through into the stadium section. We can try and leave Albon a little bit of space, not too much though. We're going to jump to the end of the start of lap 18 into turn 1. Albon tries to dive up the inside, but we're going to cut him off through into turn 3, around the outside. Thank you very much, and get the traction down in the Ferrari. As we come through now into the S section, this is going to be horrible to drive. It's understeering left, right and centre, and Gasly has come out of absolute nowhere to come up into the podium position. He's ahead of Albon, and he's going to try and go around the outside into the stadium section though. Understeer, and Albon is there on the inside. We try and give space, caught on the curbing, and Albon goes through. We try for a last dive into the final corner, and in the end Lando Norris agrees to give us the position, and it's a dreadful P5 in the end. What could have been victory and a comfortable end to the season has actually gone downhill in the final 2 laps. So much there caused by our teammates not willing to give us victory, maybe scarred by what we did to him in season 4. Verstappen, P2, Gasly will be very happy with P3. Came up really nowhere to get those points. Norris, another good result for him. Sainz, dreadful. And I don't know what's happened to Sainz since the Italian Grand Prix. He's not looked that great, to be honest, and he's actually out of the running for the World Championship. So with 1 round left to go at Brazil, we all know how chaotic Brazil can be. It's a 12-point lead over Alex Albon and a 13-point lead over Max Verstappen. Now, whether or not we will win the World Championship, 12 points, we've got room to work with, but we'll have to wait and see if we can do. Vettel will probably look for another victory to round off a hat-trick. I mean, he's looked very strong, he's in form, but for me, he should have moved over. Obviously, there's not that mechanic. Constructors, it looks like Red Bull have probably won that after Mercedes. Another bottle for them, really, because Sainz and Mercedes really should have had both championships wrapped up by now. But
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy.
well, enough from Claire. I don't want to talk to her after a disappointing end, but there we are. This is how we stand with 1 round left to go. No upgrades because we've maxed the car out, so it's all going to be about whether we can beat those Red Bulls. Bear in mind, Verstappen, he's actually on a good run form, 3 second places in the last 3 rounds. So, whereas Albon has had a mixed bag since winning the Italian Grand Prix and sort of bringing himself into the championship fight. So we'll have to wait and see. That episode should be coming out maybe later in the week, hopefully. But if you have enjoyed, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and you see plenty more episodes of the F1 2020 Drive Career Mode. Until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.